Hello, Kay Kerr, and
Hello, Anna.
welcome to Oz Chat that we kind of came up with together.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a together thing. I needed advice and help. I'm used to just a random vlog where I just say stuff. So tell everyone where you are.
Yeah. So this week I'm at Varuna, the Writer's House, which is down in the Blue Mountains. And I'm here for my writing fellowship, which is amazing. It's a very strange week to be down here, though.
So how's the world changed in the week that you've been away?
Yeah. I mean, I came down quite cautiously. I was armed with hand sanitizer and, disinfecting wipes and stuff for the flight. I was nervous about the flight, but and it was a pretty empty flight, to be honest, and I was surprised by that. But as I've checked in on the news, and I've only been doing it sort of once or twice a day, it's a little bit alarming how much it changes in those time frames. I'm on Twitter all day, so as things unfold, you kind of see it, and you learn more about it as you go. But yeah, especially come Friday and the whole pandemic thing. It's a strange time to be away from family as well.
So now we're juggling not only families and our writing careers and debut novels, we're now juggling a pandemic. How are you feeling about that?
Obviously, the first thought is, everybody that is either elderly or immunosuppressed or not able to stockpile or not in a position where they're able to work from home if they need to. But definitely once the Sydney Writers' Festival tickets got suspended, I had that selfish sort of personal, what about me? What about my book feeling that I let myself stew in probably for a day and then pulled myself out of it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm not sure I've had that moment yet, because I think part of my brain latches onto, well, that's exciting and new. Let's do this now, forgetting the long-term implications. So that's all dawning on me more slowly. So I think I'm going to have a bit of a moment where I think, and also because I don't even understand the industry as well to know what it's going to mean to not be going to the festivals, in terms of the big picture. But I think by doing something active, I just keep myself busy away from it because it's probably just a protective measure.
I really struggle, and I don't know if it's like a neurodiverse thing, an autism thing, but with not knowing the plan. So that's the part that's been tricky for me, is I can get with the immediate self-isolation and looking out for your neighbours and that kind of thing, but I really want to know what it's going to look like a week or a month down the track.
Yeah, I don't think I knew what it was going to look like anyway. And I thought other people had the answers. So with the festivals and all of those things, I felt like I didn't know what was going to happen and it was a real problem. But then I thought other people knew. But now I think just because nobody knows, it's a bit like we're all in it now, and it's a little bit like everyone else is left feeling how I felt anyway. So now at least I've got company.
That's
terrible,
isn't
it?
No, because it's uncharted territory.
Yeah, I don't want everyone to have, a miserable time or anything. But I guess
it's finding the balance, I think, between being informed and then not being panicky.
Yeah, that's really hard.
Yeah.
And I'm an anxious person anyway. And so to now have that be really real, so all the sort of health anxieties I might have had before that I could control by thinking, well, not everyone does this and they're okay. And now there's a risk of them becoming really big. So I guess that's pretty scary. Oh, I feel scared now.
And I'm used to being told that I overreact or that I underreact to things. Like my reactions are often told to be not the correct reaction. So I'm always running that level of self-assessment. Is this the right way to be reacting? Am I doing it too much? Am I not reacting enough? So,
and then that's
tricky.
We've got other people's safety to look after. So
I'm holding on to that hotline number. That's my plan. If I
don't even have
symptoms, Google it.
I'll do that. Do you think we're going to have book launches in May?
I don't know. I have a feeling maybe not. I have a feeling that in my mind it's like I might have a book launch, but it might be a month or two after and it might be something
Oh, yeah.
smaller, it might look different, it might be in combination with somebody else for just a book event as opposed to a launch. But
Okay.
I just can't see the planning that needs to be done in the lead up to it, anyone being certain enough to do that.
I hadn't really thought about it being delayed. I think because I don't know how long this will, my sense of time being what it is, not knowing if it's delayed or just cancelled. All I kept thinking was about cake and wine, and thinking, how do you do a book launch if you're all alone in your houses, you're doing it online? And what kind of cake? Or donut?
Well, my book has, I was going to say, my book has donuts on it, so I think I'll have to have donuts.
Donuts are good.
But I think with the festivals, I think because they've got international guests and it's so much more complicated and it's on such a bigger scale, that they've got to, I guess, cancel those kinds of things so they don't lose heaps and heaps of money. But a thing like a book launch, we really only need the person who wrote the book and somebody to talk to about it, and you can make it happen. So it's probably a little bit more flexible.
Different content. I won't put in me going, what am I doing? But I wrote down something and I thought it was good. I did organising. Okay. Was if you could choose anyone in the world, living or past, to read your book, who would it be?
That's a hard one. First name that jumped to my mind was Hannah Gadsby, because I feel like I saw her show earlier in the year, and I just adored her show Douglas. If you get a chance when it comes on Netflix to watch it, I feel so, like, as an autistic woman, I just felt so seen and celebrated in her whole show, not just in her talking about being autistic, but also in the way the show was structured. Everything about it was, created by an autistic woman. So that would be my number one. What about you?
Well, I don't know. That's a good idea. Can I steal yours now?
We'll send her them both.
Like I said, I don't have an answer. I just like the question. Anna Spargo Ryan said on Twitter that she's ordered my book. I was a bit excited about that.
Her books are so good.
So it's just like, so that was
getting
very
real.
exciting. Yeah, and yet scary at the same time.
You've had feedback of people reading your book though, so is that making it feel more like people are going to read your book? That part hasn't hit me yet, the whole people are going to read your book.
Yeah, I think I'm just really naturally a wary person of anything positive being said, and I think it just comes from self-protection. It's like, don't buy into it too hard, because then it's harder when you get the rejection later if someone doesn't like it. So I take that as a lovely thing. Just like if anyone told me they liked any book, I would think that's great, because it's really nice if someone likes something they read. But I'm trying not to take it as any kind of judgment on the value of my book or whether it was good, or just to see it as a nice thing. But I'm wary.
Do you think you'll read good reads or your bad reviews? Inevitably, not that you will get any, but
no, they all should, and
they
should.
Yeah, they all.
Because I would get, okay, hang on, for the Goodreads thing, I'd say I think we need the friendship pacts between writers where someone filters and sends you the good ones, and you just don't read the rest once it starts coming in. But I'm
trying not to. I'm trying to imagine that I won't read them, because I just don't. I think if I read a bad one on a bad day, it would make me crumble. So good or bad, I think I'll try and stay away.
Oh, that was it. If what if everything was good? You'd think it was a pity review. I don't want everyone to be like, they're autistic and they wrote a book. Isn't that nice? Let's give them 5 stars. That would just make me furious, I think. So I don't really want pity reviews. Yeah. I'd rather we got the same kinds of reviews as everybody, where some people like it, some people don't. I'd rather if they didn't like the content.
Do you feel prepared?
I'm going to say yes, with no idea if that's true.
I get such a delayed emotional reaction sometimes that I think right up until the point where the thing is actually happening, I think it's going to be fine. And then when it's happening, I go, oh, yeah, this is really hard, or this is really big, or this is really awful.
I can take constructive feedback. That doesn't bother me. But if someone just started, getting actually really insulting, I think that would be really hard. Okay, what have we done?
I know. Sometimes I remember and I'm like, why did I do this? Why am I taking this piece of my soul and putting it out in the world for people to critique?
We did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we're brave. It's good.
Yeah, brave. That's a good word. I'm going to use that.
We'll go with brave. Do you think the virus will change your writing habits? Having to stay home?
If the schools are shut, or if we decide to self-isolate, my writing will be non-existent with a 4-year-old at home. I think, because she doesn't nap and she's pretty high energy. So unless I can just sort of steal away an hour while she hangs out with her dad, but he works from home anyway, so I don't think his working environment's going to change. So I think which also has added this urgency to being here and writing here, because it feels like I don't know when I'm going to be able to write again, and I'm on a first draft and I'm coming close to the end. So I really want to get as close to finished, so that at least if I don't write again for a month or 2 or 3 or however long it's going to be, that I'll feel like I've got something that I'm working on. I find editing easier to do in short bursts than first draft. Yeah.
So if you can get that down while you're there, and then you've got something to work on.
And I'm just not a person that can work at night time.
No. Too tired.
So, yeah, my brain's mush by that time of the day. So anything I do would not be of any value.
Can you hear my dog barking?
I did.
He's lying asleep. He's barking in his sleep.
He's having sleep.
Yeah, for my writing, it will just come down to how much I can get the kids to do something independently and quietly. Well, they don't even have to be quiet if they're independent and not sick. So if I can get them, and they're older, so 6 being my youngest. Oh, she's about to turn 7. I don't even know whether we're doing a birthday party.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? We've got one coming up in 2 weeks, and I think we won't have it.
Well, I got a text today where they said, oh yeah, they'd love to come, and now I'm thinking, what? Why would you say that? There's a virus. Anyway, I will probably be catching up with you often, I hope, on here to keep track of our debut journeys that are the weirdest debut journeys ever.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
We'll do that. And thank you for coming all the way from Varuna House. It's a little bit special.
Thank you so much. It's been nice to have a little bit of a break. I'm sort of burning myself out writing lots of words, so nice to have a chat with a human.
So many words. It's phenomenal.
Bye.
Bye.
No physical contact.
And I'll edit this bit out.
The number you have dialed has been changed.